This is my 20th NAB.
Hi, I'm Indeana.
And I'm Haeleigh.
And we're Cinematography for Actors. We teach the technical side of performance. But for NAB, we are here in partnership with
Learn Filmmaking Network.
And we are going to take you through some of our favorite vendors, some walk and talks with some of our favorite people, and just check out what NAB is all about. So we're super stoked to be here and to show you everything that NAB has to offer.
Come meet our friends. Woohoo! We're here at NAB with Michael Cioni from Frame.io in partnership with Learn Filmmaking Network. We know Michael because at Cinematography for Actors, we use Frame.io integrated into our own workflow every single day. Hey.
Hi.
Tell us a little bit about your product. Oh, you just won an award too.
We did. We won.
Okay.
We won. Our integrations are getting pretty exciting, and we have a new integration with Fuji, where you can shoot stills right from the cloud, right into from the camera to the cloud, and that won a product of the year. So it's pretty
Congrats.
exciting. Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you. Yeah.
So, what problem are you fixing here?
The problem that we're fixing, look, the problem is rampant. It's everywhere. It's these little things, right? It's like, how do we get people to not need to download and ship things? And so that's a really important attribute, is being able to eliminate. Now, look, actors are often using this device as their solution, so they still have to figure out how to get the footage off of this. And so Frame.io makes a product with the product Filmmaking Pro, and so you can shoot and deliver to Adobe Premiere Pro or Resolve or Final Cut and edit from your phone, which is really great. But once you get on the real set and they've got cameras like this or Alexas or Reds, it's the same problem, is we got to download the footage. And so Camera to Cloud is our mission to basically eliminate hard drives from being part of a workflow. We want to connect little record buttons to editor timelines so that people can just start working without any delay.
That sounds incredible. So, our viewers are a range of types of filmmakers, actors, people who want to get involved. So, how can someone get involved today and start using and integrating Frame.io into their own workflow on different levels?
Look, you got to really extrapolate where we're headed in the future. In the 2030s, no one will shoot to hard drives or cards. Everything will go to the cloud. So as filmmakers of any size or shape, you've got to start to get ahead. The mistake is to wait for that to happen. So you got to be proactive in figuring out how you're going to start to learn how to exploit this technology so that you become a pioneer of it and learning to make better work, because better workflow makes better projects. The thankful thing is, if you're an Adobe Creative Cloud subscriber, you actually already have a Frame.io account. It's included, whether you know it or not. So you can go to Frame.io inside of Adobe Premiere and sign up, and it's already included. If you're not an Adobe Creative Cloud user, you can just sign up for Frame.io, and the lowest tier is $15 a month. And Camera to Cloud is included in all of those paid plans. So it really, people say, well, I don't have enough money for that. Your time is money. Time to download, time to organize, time to share, time to get collaboration. Writing those silly emails saying, this thing is too slow, this part should do, let's change this music out. Writing an email and sending that to an editor is wasting time. The investment in a better tool absolutely changes the workflow. And I'm not a seller, I'm a user. I'm a power user of this product, and I'm able to do 50 rounds of reviews instead of 5 because of the efficiency of using the cloud to get my rough cuts, to get more revisions for color, for effects, for edit, for graphics, for art. And if I can do 50 rounds of reviews in the same amount of time, then I'm able to make a better project at the end of the day. This is my 20th NAB. I've seen a lot change. I really respect seeing companies like Evertz and Chiron and Black Magic that come here for decades, and then you see startups and you see new companies and you see companies that are trying new things. I mean, there's ripe for innovation, and so I think over the 20 times I've come here, I've stayed in about every hotel, and there are good ones and bad ones, and I'm able to see so many friends grow through this, and people change businesses, change jobs, change careers. Look, the importance for people to say, do I really need to go to NAB? Isn't it a bunch of nerds? Well, maybe a little bit, but this is the epicenter of where the manufacturing side of all creative content is invented. And it would be silly to not take advantage of that if it really costs nothing. You know, one of the reasons cars are built so well is the engineers that design them drive them to work every day. Our opportunity as creatives is to get involved in relationships with the manufacturers so that we can actually steer the technology and the process itself. Otherwise, you're just a passive passenger. And I think the best filmmakers that we respect, if you really did an analysis on how they think, they are involved in the construction of workflow and the manufacturing of process. They're not just sitting there using tools, they're helping influence how the tools are actually created. Those are some of the best directors and DPs and even gaffers and grips. They're learning how to do this stuff, and they talk to the manufacturers and they change how it's built. That's the way to create a better future for yourself, is to involve yourself with the people that create it. And this is where it happens.
So for the person that you just convinced who's thinking now about coming to their first NAB next year, what's some day-to-day advice you have for them?
My day advice is stay on the south side of the strip by the monorail, and then take the monorail in, save a few bucks there. And then my advice is, don't think about this as one and done. It's consistency. People that learn how to leverage events and relationships like this show up every year. Good years, bad years, ups and downs, excitement, boring. It's the consistency. Just like friends and family, what makes relationships grow is seeing people all the time. You know, a friend of mine said something really smart. You know, we've always heard this term, it's who you know in Hollywood, right? Everybody knows that term. But a friend of mine said, I don't think that's right anymore. He said, it's who knows you. And that's what's changing. And so if you want to make it and move ahead, it's not just about who you know, it's who knows you. And how people know you is being out there, consistently working it, and letting people see you. And if you do that in aggregate over years and years of doing that, you start to build your own gravitational pull. And that's what creatives who want to be leaders need to be able to do.
Thank you so much. That's excellent advice. Great to see you at this NAB. Sure we'll see you again next year.
I hope so. I'm sure I will be.